Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tales of Eldura. This is which session are we on, honey?
This is session 17,
Session 17.
also known
Pretty
as the best
exciting.
session.
So far. So tonight, Jonathan and I will be doing a one-on-one D&D game or a D&D duet of which we're calling Tales of Eldura. We're running through Descent into Avernus. Tales of Eldura, Session 17, Descent into Avernus duet. What did you call it? Descent into duet?
Descent into duet.
You're so cute. Okay. I think that was the intro stuff that I have.
Perfect. Our wonderful stream is brought to us today. Hold on, I'm discombobulated now. The start was weird. Okay, our wonderful stream is brought to us today by some of our adventures from our shop: the Swamplands Witch, the Prison of the Light Eater, and the Spring Court Quest are available on our shop. But right now, we are doing an awesome autumn adventure bundle of goodness over on DM's Guild. We've got a duo of duets that are available. The Dark Forest duets, and additionally, our Swamplands Witch and what's the other one that's on sale?
So just this Swamplands Witch is on sale, but we also just released the Hardly Haunted Library, which you want to talk about that one?
Yes, the Hardly Haunted Library is a fun, spooky romp through a terrifying but not so terrifying library that will test your players' resolve and their enjoyment of book-related puns.
And it's kind of dungeon-ish, but it's not in a dungeon, and so then the things that are happening, there's more variety. There's quite a bit of variety to those. So you can read more about that at dndduet.com/autumn-adventure if you would like to learn more. Or dndduet.com/shop, and then you can just find it there.
Thanks for salvaging that commercial, honey, because I was so twisted from our start. I didn't have my script.
From fixing. I'm sorry.
It was a whole thing. But you saved the day. Do you know who else saves the day?
Thank you. Our patrons! So our stream is also sponsored by our amazing patrons. You guys inspire what we do and help fund what we do, and we just super, super appreciate your support every month. And it's nice to have such a dedicated and kind and loving audience. So we really appreciate that. Just like we appreciate you, wonderful friends in the chat, and people watching this video later. Thank you. So if you'd like to learn more about our Patreon, we're working through a vampire campaign right now in Serial. You can find out more about it at patreon.com/GroveGuardianPress.
Yeah.
And I think there'll be all the links below, probably. For the YouTube people. For the Twitch people,
not so much.
We add links in Twitch?
I'm sure that there's a way to do it that I don't know about right now.
Okay.
See, the thing about life is that it's a constant journey. That was it, yeah.
That's it. Thank you. Okay, constant journey. Gareth, are you ready to continue your journey? Did we cover all the things?
I think we covered all the things. If you haven't yet, then you should go pick up Buried Heroes and Aurora, and be on the lookout for Hadvarian Heist, wonderful fantasy novels by the incredible Beth Ball, your sultry DM. I'm going to say it.
Thank you. You're so silly.
I'm in a weird mood. I had a nap.
Our anniversary was yesterday, so we had a really fun day. And you had a weird day today and had a nap.
It's true, so I can't be held responsible for the strange things I say. Do you want me to bring us in as Gareth?
Yes, please. I'm ready.
I'm Gareth Stosdak,
heretofore a mild-mannered blacksmith plying my trade in this walled city of respite, until I have discovered that the holy city of Beacon had been pulled into the negative planes by the nefarious machinations of Azrael. Ordinarily, I wouldn't care so much, but my son, Patrick, was serving at the time in the Army of Light and descended into the bowels of the bad place along with the city and its other denizens. With the help of my intrepid traveling companions, Tessina and Evelyn, we have journeyed across the lands of Eldura until finally securing the aid of Tessina's witchy friends and going down into the negative planes, into the city of Beacon. There we encountered many devils and all kinds of badness as we made our way to the High Hall. Inside, we found a large group of refugees and had just begun conversing with their protector, an elderly woman wielding a decorative mace.
And her name, in case you need it, is... Oh gosh, I just lost her. I'm so sorry. Area Jinx.
Is it area?
Area. Area Jinx.
Cool. So, do you want to set the scene, DM Honey?
Yes. So, Gareth, shortly after you wiped out a coalition of giant, somewhat abyssal crabs, relatively single-handedly, you escaped into the dungeon, or not the dungeon, but the lower level, the catacomb level of the once great Beacon Cathedral, which is now in pieces to some extent. But the refugees have retreated to this one particular area. So the room that you're in, it's the kind of the crypt area. And so along the walls, if we were to kind of zoom out on this is a really large map, but if we were to kind of zoom out, there are crypts along the sides where there are bones or scattered remains. And it's currently home to over 100 frightened people who cower behind sarcophagi and in alcoves, their eyes red and their cheeks stained with tears. And then the haggard woman covered in sweat, Feria Jinx, is the one with the kind of ceremonial mace who stood up to stop whoever was intruding. You also are aware that there are a couple different groups of devils wandering around the cathedral, although you were able to prevent the one from coming behind you that was leading the crabs. I think that will probably be fine, but it does seem like the situation in the cathedral is relatively dire, so there's only going to be anyway, you will soon have a decision to make. So is there anything you want to do kind of before we get started? Are you ready to talk to Feria?
I think that we're going to talk to Feria and then kind of debrief with our people.
Okay. Yeah, so as you talk to Feria, just to get a little bit more situated in the room, you see a few people have like small bowls of food or some dried bread or preserves of some kind. You see along the eastern wall some beds or cots functionally where there are injured people. If you're looking around, you do not see very many, if any at all, at first glance, guards or members of you see a few guards, but very few members of the Army of Light, because most of them went to as you found out, Patrick isn't here, neither is the Raven. They followed the Raven to the cemetery, and then Feria can explain to you what they were trying to accomplish going to the cemetery.
Cool. So I think that we'll address Feria and say,
Matron Jinx, words can't express to you my admiration for your looking after these poor souls. They've been through so much.
But I guess it just kind of fell to me, but I'm happy to help. Thank you.
I believe that,
so just Gareth wouldn't ask this, but he had just asked, what had happened, right? And like she said that the Alona ball had, the second son had kind of flipped out, and okay.
And this is a report that you've heard before. Her story doesn't differ very greatly from anyone else's. I think the things that she would have added would be that the cathedral became a place for people to congregate, but they've been kind of slowly picked off if people have had to leave, which is similar to the woman you picked up and brought here with her 2 children, similar to her story. And so this has been kind of the one place they figured out that they can stay, but you don't know how long that option will last or remain viable.
We came down here through the secret stairs at the base of the statue. Is there another way in here? How are you defended down here?
Oh, well, if something else finds its way down, it would not be ideal. We do have a few guards posted in the halls, so we'll at least have warning. Up here, and so she kind of points to the north, there is an escape tunnel, which it leads beneath the holy water founts, under the catacombs and away from here. You'll need to be careful if that's the way you would like to go out. It's pretty close to the edge of our kind of floating city situation. You don't want to fall into the river below. Our options are relatively limited.
Is there another way to access the basement beyond the secret stair in the middle of the altar?
So Feria knows that. I think that there is an actually no. So you found the main one.
Yeah, I'm scanning through and I don't see anything that looks obviously like this is.
Let me zoom out really big and see if I've missed a secret entrance somewhere. Okay, so it says there's a secret entrance, right? Oh, the secret door right where you're standing she points to a trapdoor that you're standing kind of on top of. That's where the escape hatch is. And then the way that you came down is the other way through. So the guards were kind of doing a patrol route around, but yeah, the way that you came down is one of the only ways down here. So that's been Feria would relay some regret that they haven't been able to help more people, that she kind of got this huge blob of people and a gap in the fighting, but most of the people protecting them on the upper layers or upper levels they've lost.
When the soldiers made their way to the cemetery, did they leave through that tunnel?
They did, and we thought, they kind of split. Some of them went above to create a diversion, and then the rest went out this way. We didn't want to draw too much attention as, if they found it, it would have a really easy route to us.
Sure. And the soldiers patrolling these downstairs, they don't believe right now that there's anything imminently about to approach us from here. Is that right? He's trying to ask, like, do we need to go clear these other rooms?
Sorry. So, no, we're fine on this level as far as we know, unless those horrid creatures can turn invisible and stay, but we've had a pretty close eye on the stair, so hopefully we'll be all right.
Good. Good. Good.
I think Gareth already knows too, but honey, can you remind me how long ago she said that Patrick and the Raven and crew had gone to the cemetery?
She's not sure, somewhere between 12 and 24 hours. So it hasn't been very long.
Cool.
Lose track of time down here, just, trying my best.
Your best is quite sufficient, I'm sure. With your permission, I am going to speak with my allies and see if we can't formulate a plan.
Sure. Just over there you'll find some cots if you'd like to make yourselves comfortable, and I'll come check on you soon. I'll send the guards over as well.
So we will.
They come back from their patrol.
Thank you. So we'll go over to a little area and kind of have a little powwow.
Okay.
Looking around, how certain am I that all of these people are totally going to get eviscerated by devils?
Roll a perception check.
A perception check. Here we go. Here it is. That's Gareth. Okay. First roll of the night. A gentleman's 13.
Okay. If some of the more powerful devils that you have encountered were able to make their way down here, it would be really bad. A 5-foot wide escape tunnel that they have to leave through doesn't help matters. If they were, I think you're kind of torn between would their best bet be to run up the stairs and hope that they didn't get eviscerated by a different group trying to run out on the main floor. It's not ideal. And the guards will be by in a minute if you want to ask them more directly.
Okay. So I'll talk to Tessina and Evelyn and Princess Slobberchops. And
Okay.
will you remind me the name of our funny little druid friend that we saved? It's like Fran something?
Yes. It is Seltern Obranch. Seltern Obranch.
Oh, branch.
And no apostrophes. If you want, Seltern will stay with Feria. Kind of up to you.
We'll let Seltern, maybe we'll suggest that Seltern see to the general well-being of people and offer a good berry here and there as they're able to.
Yes, of course. I would love to help. He hands you another good berry. Hello, Feria. Sorry for his voice from before.
I think it's totally appropriate. So I'm addressing our crew.
Okay.
Princess Slobberchops, we find ourselves between a rock and a hard place a little bit. Evelyn, Tessina, what are you thinking?
I am curious to know what the Tressum thinks, but I think that we need to rest before we go anywhere else or fight anything else.
My reserves are quite tapped. I don't know how much good I would be to anybody should we run into one of these powerful, heinous creatures.
Do you think that we could galvanize everyone who is here and kind of work them into a frenzy and then clear out the cathedral, and then we would have a strong point for taking back the city? Probably all we need is just to want it really badly, and then we'll go back to the normal Eldura plane.
With the power of friendship, and frenzy, we can surely claim the High Hall, restore it to being a bastion of goodness and righteous might.
Gareth, that's exactly what I'm saying. I'm so glad that you agree.
Well, I think that it might be complicated by the fact that none of these people have very much strength in their arms or weapons with which to combat. I mean, did you see those hellish crabs that I eviscerated?
This was so impressive. Have you been practicing against large groups of crabs who are armored in the past?
I've not had that exact experience, but my fear is that those without the blessings of Vulcan or the magical arcane gifts of the spirits that you wield would be laid low quite rapidly by even one hellish crab.
What if we gave them the gifts of the spirits?
Is that something you can just do?
Well, we're in a tomb. We could try. We could at least take the weapons. I bet a bunch of these people are buried with them.
If you have some kind of okay, we would definitely need to check with Feria first, because many cultures get very upset when you start disturbing their dead.
Isn't this your culture?
I mean, kind of.
So that's kind of what I'm saying. So if it were us, we respect our dead, but what are they going to do with their swords, you know?
Well,
I kind of thought that you buried them with just in case, you know? I need to hide this thing, and I also need to bury this person, so
voila.
problem solved.
You see, the followers of Vulcan hold no give no special credence to the laying aside of bodies. It is simply a soul whose work has been completed. However, those that follow Alona and the light.
I mean, would Gareth know how precious they would be about burial rites?
Yes, roll a religion check.
By Vulcan, I don't. Let me think about it for a second. Ooh, 17. Plus 3 is 20.
So you are in the sacred cathedral of the Titan of Light, surrounded by terrified refugees. You have just as many doubts about the refugees being able to really successfully wield these weapons, as most of them seem to be in a very shattered emotional state, as you do that you're afraid that them kind of pulling out tombs and searching them for weapons might put them over the edge.
I think you have an incredible idea. I just don't know if they're smart enough to go with it, Tessina.
Okay, well, I can get started if you want me to, and we'll just see how it goes over. You want me to ask them? She points at these two very nervous-looking people who are kind of peering around a pillar. Hello.
Tessina, don't talk to the natives.
Why can't I talk to them?
I'm just afraid that your exuberance will frighten them.
I thought this was our plan. It was frenzy, fighting, and friendship.
Let's start with friendship, and then we'll see if we work all the way up to frenzy and fighting.
Okay, well, that's why I said hello, because that's how you become friends.
It makes sense now that you mention it. Now, I think that we do need a rest. I'm not particularly comfortable with the idea of these people staying in this basement with, I mean, little to no chance of survival. I suppose
Where are you suggesting they go?
I'm not sure.
Does Gareth know of he knows the area around the High Hall. Does he have any idea of a place that might be appropriate for them? Like, is there any safe place that's not freaking the worst?
So they're in it for the most
Yeah.
part. The High Hall is both a cathedral and a fort, but most of the fort aspects have fallen. But it seems to be a lot more secure than the streets of Beacon, where you saw horrible things and heard about horrible things. Buildings are crashing. Again, remember the second sun is shooting lightning down, at least once a minute. So the fact that there are so many people here who are alive speaks to the relative security of this location, but you could tell from the signs of fighting intensifying outside and the groups of devils roaming around the upper levels of the cathedral that it seems that things are kind of coming to a head here. So as you're kind of thinking about that, Evelyn says, Gareth, how many lives are you willing to be responsible for?
I don't understand the question.
Do you want to take on the responsibility for all of these refugees? Especially instead of that of your son.
No, but I don't want to leave them in a bad way. I've got an idea.
Right? What is it?
If only we had the ability to perhaps magically create a space that we knew that fiends would not be able to go across.
Oh, Gareth, I totally have that idea. I can totally do that, and I can use the spirits of the people who are in the catacombs to make a spot where it would be super protected from fiends and they will not be able to pass through, and we can put it right in the stairwell, right on the other side of the door so that nobody could get in.
What about the other door?
Well, as long as they don't find the secret door, and they haven't yet, then...
Or break through the floor?
Right.
Well, Tessina, I think that's a great idea.
Oh, that's so great. I've never used the spell before. It would be amazing. It lasts for 10 hours.
Impressive. You want to use that while we're resting? Does she have a spell slot to use it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been very stingy with her. She only gets 2 spells as a warlock, and so I've been super stingy with her spells. But yeah, she can cast Magic Circle before they go to sleep.
Okay, cool. So before you do that, a couple of the guards kind of come over. Esther Stozdak, it's an honor to meet you, sir.
Greetings. How are you all holding up?
Fine. As fine as could be. We're here, we're alive.
How many are you?
4. 2 of us, sorry, there are 2 on patrol, and you're talking to 2 of them.
And the Raven bid you stay with these refugees?
He did, sir. We're apprentices, so this is still...
You're doing a fine job.
Thank you.
What can you tell me about the tactical situation directly outside this tunnel where we lead off? And do you feel confident that you can hold this position?
Directly outside the tunnel, you will be right on the edge of the earth moat on which we float, above the negative plane and the river Styx. So long as you don't go plunging over the end, That's fine. The Raven did leave us with a few implements to collapse the tunnel.
I was going to suggest that very course of action.
So we do have that. We would welcome your ideas or help with that, sir. But there have been other safe locations in Beacon to this point, all of which have fallen. With so large a contingency of people, the more we have, the larger, more interesting, more promising treat we appear to the fiends, and the fewer we can protect. Most are not powerful clerics like Faria.
So, what are you suggesting? Do we need to divide this group?
To where, sir?
Oh, I have no idea. I believe that we are occupying the best, most strategic, strongest point in the city, and that should this place fall, there won't be any place to retreat to.
That's been our concern. So we're doing our best. I think that to some extent putting on a brave face and hoping that Alona is still with us. I'm afraid that we don't have very definite plans beyond that. We, if it came down to it, would do whatever we needed to save as many as possible, but certainly blowing the tunnel would prove problematic. We're not fighting with mindless beasts. There's every likelihood that if they were to storm the tunnel, it's because they have another force coming from above.
Well, my associate here can protect the secret entrance from above. I can't stop them from breaking through the floor, but certainly they won't be able to go through the stair.
The little guy you're talking to looks horrified for a second. I hadn't even thought about them going through the floor.
Common tactical oversight to not think in 3 dimensions. When you start thinking in 4 dimensions, then you're ready for the big leagues, boy.
Oh, goodness. Thank you. I will keep that in mind. Maybe we could get those couple people to join us. Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea.
Get the what?
I think that they might get a couple more people to just kind of help them keep an eye.
I suppose my recommendation is to rely on Tessina's magic to guard the stair, and if things start going south, to evacuate people through the tunnel as quickly as possible while destroying it on your side, and then surviving as best as possible, as long as possible in the city until we can try to...
Hey, honey, I didn't follow you, so you want them to blow... Can you walk me through blowing the tunnel and escaping through the tunnel?
So in my mind, they need to stay put unless they are being assailed. So if for whatever reason if they start coming through the floor, or if Tessina's magic circle fades after 10 hours and they go through the front door, then they can escape out the tunnel and then blow the tunnel behind them. I guess right now Gareth is counting on them not finding the secret tunnel and going in. If they do that, then they're kind of SOL and they'll have to go the other way and, do their best in the cathedral. But Gareth and crew are probably going to be going pretty soon.
Okay. We'll return to duty, sir. Thank you for hearing us out. They're going to scoot off.
How do they seem?
They're super nervous. Look exhausted.
Gareth feels so bad for everybody, but not bad enough to not go after his boy.
Evelyn kind of pulls you aside and says, you would want to bring up with them or to Cena the likelihood that their spell is dismissed.
Wait, I don't understand what Evelyn's saying.
Logic, it can be undone. A powerful enough wielder.
I mean,
Getting them here with her magic spell. It is more secure than when we arrived, to be sure.
I don't think it's worth talking about. What are we going to do should it fall? The plan remains the same. Escape the other way. Blow the tunnel.
Very well. Should have started on her card. Sorry, so this is the thing that I'm not following you. So escape the other way. You have people coming down the stairs, blow the tunnel, but they're trying to escape out of the tunnel.
So they're gonna leave, and then the last person to leave the exit tunnel blows the tunnel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because something's following them?
Right.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking of anyway.
Cool.
Okay.
Right. We need to rest up.
Gareth, are you ready to take a rest?
Yes, Tessina, are you going to do your fancy call the spirits to hold
Yes.
the breach?
Yes, I will. Come and Princess Lover Chops. We'll be right back. So Tessina kind of scoots away. She and Princess Lover Chops go onto the breach.
Nice.
Cast their spell.
While that's happening, I'm gonna catch up with Seltern.
Okay. Oh, hello.
Seltern,
That's me. I'm Seltern.
listen, me and my people, come here for a second.
I lead him away from the refugees because I don't want them to know that we're about to leave.
I'll see you later. I'll be back. Yes. Oh. Listen, earlier I was pretending to be dead when I wasn't. I'm afraid that may have created a bad impression, but I hope you understand.
You were trying to survive a pack of devils. I didn't think anything of it.
Oh, I'm sorry to have brought it up now then.
Right. In spite of all that, I'm wondering if... Well, Seltern, I'm going to be blunt. We're going to the cemetery after the Army of Light and the Raven. And I'm imagining that there's going to be some unpleasantness between here and there. And I'm wondering if you would rather stay here with these refugees and help them as you are able, or if you'd like to come with us. Do you have any kind of offensive capabilities or any desire to venture into the city?
I have some offensive capabilities, but to be very frank with you, Master Stowstack, I think it would be best for me to remain here. Quercus has put me in this place at this time for I think this reason.
Seltern, I'm inclined to agree. Listen, we kind of saved your life up there, and so in return, I'd like for you to watch over these people and be ready to do for them whatever you can to help them. Whether that's to escape or to stand and die with honor.
Very well. Walks away unless you stop him.
Okay.
Roll an insight check.
Okay. Seltern's an odd one. Insight check. I rolled a 15.
Okay, he is odd. You might have hurt his feelings just a little. that he's going to go back to helping people he was doing.
Perfect. Okay. We are gonna kind of be like, huh, okay, and then we're gonna go find a cot and take a nap.
Okay. Are you taking a long rest?
Yes, we're gonna take as short of a long rest as we can.
8 hours.
So be it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your long rest. Or not roll your long rest, but click the button for your long rest.
Button clicked.
Okay. Wonderful. So you have a special thing that you set for your long rest, right? On your shield, is that right?
On my hammer. Yeah, when I wake up in the morning every day, I do a little rite to Vulcan, and I make my mace a
Hammer of justice and Vulcanness.
Okay. Cool.
so that's something
So
that
is there
happens in the
anything you
morning.
want to do while you're sleeping?
So I can also once per day, looking around at I would have checked in with the 4 guards, and if any of them are missing some kind of like fundamental piece of equipment, I would use my forge powers to make that for them. Like if somebody was like, man, I wish I had a shield, or somebody was like, man, I wish I had a helmet or a sword, I could make 2 things made out of metal between the night time and the morning.
Okay, that's really cool. So you offer to do that, and they get really excited, and they kind of argue back and forth about who's going to get the thing. And then one says, well, the rest of you have shields, and I don't even have a shield. So he would like a shield. And then the one you spoke to the first time says, I think it might be nice for, sorry, I can't remember his voice either, Feria to have a real mace, not the one that she stole from the blaster statue.
I'll see to it.
So for Feria's mace, I'm going to make the head of it a model of the second sun.
Cool.
And it's going to have beams of light, not scary beams of lightning coming off of it. And it looks really cool.
Well, Gareth, this is beautiful. Thank you.
A mighty weapon
You're sure I
for a mighty
can't-
warrior.
You sure I can't talk you into staying here with us?
I'm afraid not, Feria. It's with a heavy heart that I make this decision, but I must go to the cemetery and catch up with the army of Beacon. The army of light. My son is with them.
I understand. Well, while you're out and about, I've helped a few people so far with an exorcism or 2, so if that is something that you need, just let me know. I was a scholar for a long time before coming to serve Ilona, and then here I am in this weird situation.
I'm sorry, an exorcism? Are people getting possessed a lot?
No, but some more people are being taking themselves, becoming servants to the devils,
Do you know...
being swooped up by the demons. Other people, I don't know what's happening to them, but they're gone. And then you have the crashing and the burning and the lightning and the hunger and the scaredness. Shall I keep going?
No, that's quite enough. Do you know to what end they are collecting people? Just to murder them, or are they making them...
They use them
enslaving
for
them?
power. This is so sweet of you to not know. She kind of pats your hand for a second.
Oh,
You have met greedy people before, yes?
I've met a few, yes.
What do they want?
Well, in respite, mostly they wanted money in order to collect power to themselves.
Well, that's why they want people here.
People are power.
People are currency.
I look around, and like gesture at the refugees, like very low key, but just kind of taking them in. And I'm like, Feria, I had no idea that I was in the presence of wealth. I'm
Yes,
just
you
kidding.
did. She pokes you like in the heart and says, "You knew. You want to defend it."
I don't know what Gareth would say. I feel like he like opened up a weird little side path and doesn't know how to walk down it.
Arian does not feel awkward, so
Right. Well, may you have the strength from Alona to protect your riches.
thank you, Gareth, and may you have the strength of Vulcan to find and protect your son.
One holy warrior to another. He's gonna give her a nod
By the light.
by the forge. And we'll head off out the secret tunnel.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun!
Bum bum bum. Okay. So It's under the cathedral catacombs, the tunnel, and away from the high hall. The tunnel now ends at a gaping hole in the floating earth moat to which Elturel clings, some 500 feet above the river Styx. But before we traverse boldly toward the Grand Cemetery, Gareth, go ahead and level up to level 6.
Wow.
I would also like for you to roll a D100 for me.
Okay. I will roll that D100, and that D100 is gonna just one D100. Ooh, 69.
Cute. Okay. Cool.
So I'm gonna level up. I'm so excited. I love leveling up.
Did I just hit the builder button? Is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
Level 6. So cool. Did you know that I now have an enhanced bond with Fern, my wildfire spirit?
I had no idea.
The bond with my wildfire spirit enhances my destructive and restorative spells. So whenever I cast a spell that deals fire damage or restores hit points while my wildfire spirit is summoned, I can roll a d8, and I gain a bonus to one roll of the spell equal to the number rolled. And I can cast the spell either by myself or with the help of the spirit.
That's so good. I just watched as my HP went up by 2, which is my con modifier, but I need to roll my...
Oh, that's weird.
I think it's okay, because I just need to add my D8, which is a 5, so I'm going to add 5 more hit points.
Mine went up. I had 38, and now I have 45.
Oh, that's so
My
weird.
con
I think I
is
probably...
+2.
I'm sure I toggled something weird.
But yeah, you can just overwrite it. That's fine.
Okay.
Ba, ba, ba. I'm excited about the cemetery.
Me too. And I got the Soul of the Forge. Starting
What does that
at 6th
mean?
level, your mastery of the Forge grants you special abilities. I gain resistance to fire damage.
Perfect.
And while wearing heavy armor, I gain a +1 bonus to AC.
Ooh.
So my AC should be 20 now.
Oh my gosh. Nothing's going to hit you ever.
I hope not.
some point that's going to be bad for Tessina and Evelyn because something's going to get tired of like, I can never hit this guy. And here's this lady and this flying cat just hanging out.
They would
Just
never
throwing it out
hit
there.
Princess Slobberchop. She would give them the death glare.
No, they can't. She's too fast.
Oh my gosh, I can get Spirit Shroud. You call forth spirits of the dead, which flit around you for the spell's duration. Until the spell ends, any attack you make deals an extra 1d8.
That's so cool.
That is cool, but it's a 3rd level spell. It seems a little, maybe I'm not understanding it. It seems a little underpowered. It's a bonus action. That's pretty good.
I think probably the bonus action part. Is it concentration?
Yes. Meld into stone. I'm just gonna sit in the middle of the street.
And just become part of the street. I can also meld into stone. We can meld into stone together. It'll be so fun.
We just have like a powwow under the stone. Oh my gosh. Beacon of Hope. Choose any number of creatures within range. For the duration, each target has advantage on wisdom saving throws and death saving throws and regains the maximum number of hit points possible from any healing.
Wow.
It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Are you ready?
Yes. Ooh, I got
Yourself?
sending.
Cool.
I really like playing a cleric. I've never played a cleric before, but I like it.
Good.
I'm gonna pick up Revivify.
Nice.
And if I need to pray to Vulcan and switch some things around, then hopefully my kind DM will let me do that.
I was assuming that's what you were doing this morning before you guys leave.
Yeah.
For your morning ritual when you like fancify your mace. So funny, I could hear your song from the like being in the room next to me, but it didn't really come through the headphones.
Oh, that's funny. So yes, we're ready to go to the cemetery. I'm just leveling to Cena real fast.
Okay. Ba, ba, ba. The 10-foot high brass fence that once oh wait, sorry, we've got to get to the cemetery. Okay. So, when you are ready, will you roll a stealth check for me just to see how well you all manage to get around? You can roll with advantage. Oh, gee. Since you're rolling for the party.
So I rolled it rolled disadvantage both times, which is funny because I was rolling with Gareth.
Yeah, so I was just going to use whatever was on the left.
Okay, so 19.
Perfect. Okay, so it's a little bit harrying. Actually, let me know. So you guys are walking down the tunnel for a few minutes. It's really tight in some places and kind of it rumbles every once in a while when the light from the second sun kind of shakes above or strikes above. How are you navigating the edge of the earth moat?
Very carefully.
Okay.
I think that...
I'm going to switch us to the map of Beacon. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay. Everybody, hold on. You still there? Did it work?
I'm still here, yeah.
Okay. So, wait. Oh, and I got you over here too. I'm trying to figure out. So it says it comes out on the edge of the earth moat. I don't know where. So yeah, so you very carefully. How are you going to get yourself up like 5 feet and onto the ledge? Are you going to swing across? You've got like a 5-foot gap. Walk me through it. What's your plan?
So we do have a 5-foot gap in front of us?
Mhm. You've got, like, so here's the thing. You guys are here.
Uh-huh.
5-foot gap and land right here.
I should have, instead of making that mace, I should have made another grappling hook.
I have one.
Oh, that's convenient.
Everyone hands it to you.
Right. I'll just...
Actually, yeah, I can help. Sorry. So Evelyn's little fox, if you guys want, can take you all. But there will be an explosion of fire, so maybe that's not a good idea. Oh no! It says that our connection to roll 20. Oh wait, maybe it's back? Does our roll 20 still look okay? I got an error message on my screen.
It says that the error is there. Do you want to refresh it? But I mean, our stream and Discord are still working, so that's good.
Good, okay. So we'll just see what happens. Okay, so you have a grappling hook. Now what?
I think Gareth is going to, when he understands that the fox is going to explode, I think that it's probably going to choose
Okay, Evelyn decides to not.
So Gareth is going to tie an end of his rope to the end of the grappling hook, and we're just going to, and he's going to try to hook it onto something over top and use that to help them up the thing.
Okay, make an athletics check.
Okay. Athletics, here we go.
So will you tell me what it is, because I can't see anything
It's a
yet.
13.
Woo! Okay, you did it!
Hooray!
Hooray! So you swing over. So you have it attached, and you're gonna kind of swing yourself and Tessina over.
Yeah. I mean, I think that we would go, I think somebody light after Gareth has it to where he thinks it's pretty secure. Oh, so we're using it to swing. We're not trying to go up a thing.
I don't know. You can do whatever you want. So do you want to? Did you grapple it above you so you guys will climb up and then jump the 5 feet? I just wanted it to be more exciting. Now I've created this silly situation.
So okay, here's what I
You
thought was
figure it
happening.
out.
Perfect.
Your skilled adventurers 5 feet are not a big deal. You could just reach.
I could just hoist you all up there. It's we'll do the grappling
We're
hook
going
and the
to do this
hoisting.
in the hardest way possible.
Good. Get Princess Slobberchops, tie a rope to her.
Good idea.
Princess, hang on to something.
Just kind of glares at you and then flies across and sits with her. You don't see her sit very often. She has kind of like Carolina has with like her little belly, like a little side skirt when she sits.
Yeah.
Cute. So a small problem. I'm still having trouble with my roll 20. So
you
I'm
refresh
gonna
it?
close this. It just did. It hasn't loaded back. I'm gonna close this window of Chrome. I think if it doesn't come back in a second, and then just see. It's just kind of chilling.
Okay. Hey, baby.
Okay, so I still have the red bar.
Tessina's
that's
gonna
not good.
learn Summon Shadow Spirit.
Cool. Isn't that the spell that I gave her?
You did give her a thing. Does that mean she can do it always? Or I thought there was like a...
I guess I didn't think about how it's totally different to give a warlock an always prepared spell. I thought I said she could cast it once a day, but if that's going to make her class super unbalanced, then we can change it.
No. Tessina's great. So we're just gonna pick a different spell. She's gonna pick something awesome.
Did your
obviously.
screen change in roll 20?
My roll 20 screen is, I mean, I see our map and I see that we can like do stuff back and forth. I just think we should just go with it because like you were able to see.
Are you seeing the same map as me?
Are we on the beacon map?
No, I moved us. That's what
Oh.
I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I'm on the beacon map.
I moved us, so you shouldn't be anymore.
Right, but I'm on the beacon map. I know, honey. Roll 20
I mean,
has let us
so
down.
I just wish I'd prepped a better backup plan. It's not Roll20's fault.
I don't know. They have the red bar of death.
I can at
right
least
now.
set up the beginning stuff, but
Well, let's set up the beginning.
I want you to be able to like tell where you are.
Yeah. So let's set up the beginning stuff, and then we'll take a little break, and we'll check back.
We just took a little break.
You're in the driver's seat on this one, honey. You let me know, and I'll be there.
Okay, so you travel through the streets of Beacon.
It's really crappy.
It's really
here.
cool. It's really scary and terrible. Roll
on
a
the lookout
perception
for
check as you
devils.
travel. You're on the lookout for devils. Roll a perception check as you
Don't
travel.
want to see any devils. Perception check. Here it goes. Perception 22. Nat 20, y'all.
Nice.
Eagle
Here, I'm just
Eye.
going to take this back a little bit. Eagle Eye Gareth, will you also roll a d10 for me?
A D10. I rolled a 6.
Interesting. Okay, so as you are traveling, you pass an alleyway. And with your 22 perception check, you see an imp talking with a halfling. The two are focused on each other and make it really easy for you to overhear the conversation in common. So you hear, you overhear, oh, so what do you want? I don't know why I keep using the same voice. I'm sorry. You see a contract kind of spread out between them. And the imp is kind of waving its little tail. For the low, low price of your soul alone, I'll leave your family out of it. You can have a month's worth of food. Think how long you'd last beneath your bakery with that. Honey, I lost you. Oh, no, you're still there. Oh, my gosh. You were just really still for a second. I was like, it's all falling apart. Yeah, so for the low, low price, do you do anything?
So, describe this halfling to me.
Okay, so he's a little bit pudgy. His name seems to be Filster. He's kind of sweating, and you see that you do see that even though he's like a little bit pudgy, his clothes seem to be kind of baggier than it looks like they might normally be. He has just the tiniest dabble of flour along his cheekbone.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna get involved.
Okay.
So, how far away are they from me?
So they were both pretty focused on their conversation, so you can be 5-10 feet away from them if you want.
Okay. What happened?
Who are you? Imp looks up at you as you kind of get really close to him.
Okay.
I'd like to make a counteroffer. Get out of here, you.
Oh, what'd you counteroffer? Master, a month's worth of food. Can't really beat that, can you? Tall guy. Look, he can't even fly.
You don't know
Kind of
what I
flies up
can
off the
do.
ground.
Filster, you should not make this deal.
Well, why?
Well, at the end of the month, for one, your soul was going to be forfeit.
You said I would have longer than that, maybe. Sorry, the imp was the smile.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a rather short-sighted bargain
I should have
to
turned
make.
or something.
Oh, hey, our Roll20 lost the red square, so that's something.
Oh, mine still has it. I see your 22 though, and the 6. I don't know why the 6 is there. Oh, I see for the D10. We're doing that right now.
Yeah. So hopefully to catch up.
Filster, a month is not... I mean, don't you have loved ones or anything? You'd really sacrifice yourself?
Yes. That's why I am. My family is in the basement and they need food. If I've made everything I can, we're down to crumbs. My children are starving. What would you have me do? Wouldn't you give up your soul for your child?
Filster, I highly encourage you to at least make a stronger deal. Imp, amend this contract to read that they should have food for the remainder of their, natural lives.
But then I will get their souls?
I thought we were bargaining for Filster's soul. May I see this contract? Filster is a client of mine, and I'm a lawyer.
Oh. What do I get if I let you see it?
You can continue negotiating with my client. Otherwise, I don't think it's going to work out.
Okay. So he hands the contract over to you. The parchment feels pretty weird, and it's relatively thick.
Yes.
Roll an investigation check.
Oh, yes. Give me that. By the flame in the forge, I hope...
Sister, I really don't think this is any of their business. We have a relationship, you and I.
I rolled a total of 15.
That was just enough. Gareth, as you kind of investigate this document, you see that the parchment seems to be made. You are relatively aware of what parchment should and shouldn't feel like. You have a pretty strong suspicion that this parchment has been made of halfling skin. And as you read through the dense, convoluted text, you see that the deal will give the imp the souls of Filster's entire family if Filster signs it.
Filster, this contract ropes in your entire family. You'd be signing away the souls of your children.
He's lying!
No, Filster, it literally says it right here.
That's not what it says.
I show Filster.
It says, heretofore the undersigned and the undersigned's bloodline.
It's that bloodline part.
Loved ones therein.
Yes, the loved ones. See how it says it there?
Those who... It turns invisible.
Do I still have
You've
the contract?
saved me! Filster, yeah, you still have the contract. Filster kind of grabs the front of your shirt.
Cool. I'm going to hold on to this contract. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'm going to hold on to
Pretty
this.
disgusting. You can hold on to it.
Yeah. Cool.
Is there anything? Can you help us? My wife, Mary Weil, and my 3 children, they're right nearby. We could shelter you in our bakery. My voice sounds weirdly like the imps, but don't let that fool you. I shouldn't have said it that way. What I'm trying to say is, please help us. Very well, Mary Weil, children. So this little halfling family kind of appears.
Cool. I just put down halfling skin infernal contract into my other possessions.
Good.
So that's probably going to be the key to solving all the problems.
I think so.
Gareth is going to kind of do a temperature check of his companions. Are they annoyed that we are in the company of these halflings, or are they fine? And as we go in with the halflings, I want to check to see if they actually are in serious deprivation.
Evelyn looks suspicious. Tessina is excited to go into the bakery. Princess Slobberchops is not sure about the children.
Cool.
So you go into the basement of Filster's Bakery, and that's what it's called. Filster's Fabulous Confections, with a PH in confection. Fabulous, also PH, fabulous. You go down into the basement of the bakery, and you do see you see one kind of really small bowl with more water than one would normally have, and a loaf of bread that's been kind of kneaded. And so they have just a little bit of food left, but the cupboards are bare. Mary Weil, a very pretty halfling woman with lovely braids, you see looks kind of, is wan the right word? Wan?
Yeah, I think I've only read that and used in that way, but I'm there with you.
You know which one it is, wan or wan?
wan.
I've always said
Wan.
wan. Wan?
Yeah, they look wan.
Okay. I should come up with a different word that I say out loud more often. Anyway, she's looking very thin and tired, kind of really withdrawn. There's one.
And I'm so sorry, how many kids are there?
There are 3 children. They're very excited to see you. I think that they're not quite so curly haired, but I picture them kind of like the bears in Brave. With the little boys as bears and Brave, but children, not bears. They're so tall. He's really tall. He's like one of the tallest people I've ever seen. They're catboys.
Do not touch her. She's very particular. Filster, listen to me. You were ready to sacrifice everything in order to help your family, yes?
Yes. Filster, what's he talking about? Not now. I'll tell you in a moment. Just don't be mad. Yes.
There is a place of relative safety not far from here.
Can you take us there?
No, you will have to get yourself there.
Okay.
But you are quick, you are
will you
smart,
tell me where
and
it
you are
is?
small. You're going to make your way,
And he's going to give like street by street directions, and then he's going to describe how to get into the tunnel thing. And I'm going to give him 50 feet of rope so that he can navigate that gap, because I imagine that would be difficult to navigate for a halfling.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's pretty far for a halfling.
Oh my goodness. It's my only 50 feet of rope. But we do it.
Okay. I have rope too.
Yes. Cool. Yeah, so we're going to say,
there you'll find a tunnel, an entrance that leads to the bottom of the high hall. Inside, you'll be safe, but make sure to, once you get an appropriate amount in through the tunnel, make sure to announce yourselves and to not be devilish. Take this, and I give him a... I don't know, I was just going to scroll a little note saying, this is a friend of Gareth Storsdak. Please allow him and his family admittance into your place. They are not devils, I promise.
Okay.
And yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Gareth, will you roll a d20 for me?
Here we go. 10.
Okay.
What does that mean?
So I've been trying to see if people were going to survive or not and what the likelihood is. I got confused on my first equation. So your 69 was there's a 69% likelihood that they would be safe with Tessina's spell. But then the devils rolled an 80.
Oh, no.
And I forgot to figure out where that would be in the percentages. I should have had them roll a d20. Actually, yeah, why don't you roll a d20? Let's see. So that'll be a 69% chance. So we'll do the math in a second. And the nice thing for the halfling family, as I rolled a 95% chance likelihood of survival, you rolled a 10. So as long as it wasn't a 20, they were going to survive. So I mean to quantify these little people's survival ratios, but I don't know another way to do it.
So
did you roll?
I haven't rolled my second d20 yet, but I wanted to know, should I be happier? Like, what am I shooting for? High or low?
So you want the bottom 69% of the d20.
Okay. Roll low. Oh my god.
Okay, but what's 17 times 5?
17 times 5?
Mm-hmm.
85?
I can find out really fast.
So
not so
the
good.
High Hall. It's totally safe there.
Yeah. Okay. On that happy note, Gareth doesn't know any of this.
we're just doing our best.
And you're doing such a good job. Okay, so are you on this map with me?
I am. Are there a bunch of scary devil minotaurs?
Yes. Sorry, I forgot to get them onto the basement layer. Anyway, yes, there are some scary minotaurs. Yay! Okay. 1 second. Okay. The 10-foot-high brass fence that once surrounded Beacon Cemetery has fallen in numerous places, and a wide gate allowing access to the grounds has been torn from its hinges. Severed humanoid body parts adorn the spikes atop the fence posts. Some of the body parts wriggle and writhe as if undead, twitching in concert with the lightning flashes of the second sun. Cracked gravestones and crumbling monuments are scattered across the cemetery grounds, whose center is occupied by a chapel dedicated to Ilona Arinia, the goddess of the sun, and Vulcan and other light deities. That once holy structure now glows with a fetid purple radiance. So Gareth, you are, let me get us to the right spot here. Where the gate is. Oh. Okay, I think I get it.
Oops.
What happened?
Oh, I just accidentally opened Steam.
Oh. Let me grab our people, because I forgot them in the catacombs.
Okay.
And you be thinking about what you want to do.
I'm ready.
And why don't you go ahead and roll a, maybe roll just a general history check to see how much you remember about this cemetery. Whoa! Sorry, I attacked my own book and I scared myself.
It is a scary situation that we're going into, so.
Yeah, I was just trying to set the mood. Okay. So, Gareth, you, I think actually most of your family members have been buried in the cemetery over the years. So this is a place that you've visited on holy days. You and Melina have been here. It is, and one of the nice things about Beacon, or the cemetery in Beacon, so it's a place where there's at least some level of mixing and mingling of the classes. It's not such a rigid hierarchy as in Respite, and so there are some really there were it's looks kind of decimated, but there are some really pretty I just forgot what they're called, mausoleums and things like that.
Cool. From this distance, looking through the gate, do I see like evil things stomping around, or like do I see, I don't know, the army of light fighting devils at this distance or anything?
You see 3 Minotaur skeletons as they kind of like stomp around the edge of the building. So I'm going to actually back them up just a second, so that way you guys have like a little bit more space, because you rolled really well to kind of get here.
And this structure that I'm looking at, is that the purple fetid Elona temple corruptedness?
Yes. So this whole thing is the Chapel of Light, and you know that there's a little bit more inside of it, but especially this main part, the kind of long part here on the right hand side, is the Chapel of Light. This area, this is known as the Walk of Bravery. That's pretty exciting.
The path that I'm
We'll
on,
deal
or
with it in
where?
a
I'm
second.
sorry, I missed the...
What is it?
What's the path of
The
bravery?
Walk of Bravery.
The Walk of Bravery?
Walk of Bravery. It's the stairs and the entryway.
Okay. Carolina just had the funniest little poot.
They're so cute. Okay, so you guys are approaching the cemetery and the chapel. So as you walk through the graveyard, before you see the Minotaurs, you see that there have been several graves that have been dug up to leave pits in the earth that are 6 feet deep, 2 feet wide, and 7 feet long. A number of stone mausoleums stand vacant, their doors hanging open or exploded. The interior of a mausoleum is dimly lit when its door is open and shrouded in darkness when the door is closed. And as you investigate the cemetery, roll a perception check one more time for me.
Perception check. Another 21.
You're so cool.
I'm the coolest.
As you investigate, you observe skeletons, zombies, and people who seem to be still alive, but are kind of living zombies. So maybe in a state of zombification. Some people are just kind of sitting on stoops and just look really haggard and withdrawn. Some people have kind of just collapsed and seem to be bony and hungry. So there are lots of things and people moving around the cemetery.
Okay.
But as far as you can tell, they pay you no mind.
Are any of them dressed in Army of Light gear?
So with your 21, no, actually they're not.
And in the cemetery...
Actually, wait, sorry, that's not true. I think you see 1 or 2 in Army of Light gear, but not as many. You see a couple who look to be priests, but primarily it looks like half bodies that have been dug up and then half refugees from the city falling into the negative planes.
Okay. How terrifying.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to double check a spell real fast, and then we're going to do cool things.
Okay.
Can you even stand it?
I'm gonna stand it.
If you're sure. Okay. Oh, goodness. All right. Okay.
3 Minotaur skeletons stomp, boom, 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 around the corner.
Do they
What do you do?
seem like they're patrolling this mausoleum?
Yes.
Cool. I'm going to... do we need to roll initiative or no? Can I do the thing?
You guys can do a thing first since you rolled so high. Ooh, I just discovered they have an initiative button in the middle of their little sheet. It's convenient.
So Gareth is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25-ish, 25 feet forward. And he's going to cast Guiding Bolts at this first Minotaur.
Okay. Does he need to roll a save, or
I'm
do
casting
you
to
roll
hit.
to hit?
17 to hit for 12 points
That
of radiant
hits.
damage.
Nice.
And then the next attack roll made against this target gets advantage.
Cool.
Would you mind if we jump into initiative order so that I know that
Sure.
like, we can go first, but so that I know where we're at
Okay.
when it comes time to be in initiative order.
All right. Yep.
Thanks, honey.
Come. Oops. Wrong button. Oh, I did it again.
Tessina is so cool.
She's so good at rolling initiative.
She really is.
Oh my gosh. So this guy rolled a 1. Are they all rolling 1s? I rolled 2 1s and a 9. I'm sorry, let me get Evelyn really fast. Oops. Okay. And a 6. Honey, I got it this time. Where all the people got all the things, I didn't have to double click anything once.
Well, honey, you're so good.
So good at the initiative button now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, ba ba ba. Oh wait, I can change the music and that'll help make it more exciting. Here it comes. Dun 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 dun.
I love that initiative fight music. Let's go. Skirmish time. Tessina's going to run up next to Gareth, and she's going to finger guns. Chaka, chaka! And she's going to roll with advantage for 2 beams.
Okay.
So the first one is
If it's
a
first
9
guy?
to hit. At the first guy.
Do you roll with
that's glowing.
advantage?
Yeah, I rolled 2 9s.
I just see. Oh, I see the second one. Okay, that does not hit.
So here's the second one. 14 for 12 points of force damage.
So do both attacks get advantage?
It's happening in the same attack action.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just asking. The 14 hits.
Okay, so that'll be
Can you
12,
say the damage again?
12 points of force damage.
Another 12. Nice. Okay.
Let me check something. Okay, so she's +4. So she just got a new thing. Oh, plus 1d10 plus 4. Sorry, she just got a new thing called Agonizing Blast that adds +4 to the damage on her Eldritch Blast. But I'm not sure if that's
Okay.
the +4 that's already being added. So I just need to look at Eldritch
Yes,
Blast.
I would guess so, because you rolled an 8 plus 4. Unless, does Eldritch Blast add your casting modifier?
It doesn't.
already?
So yeah, it's already added in there with that +4. So yay, 12.
Okay. Yay! And Eldritch Blast, oh, I guess, because it, okay, the level stays the same. Got you. Okay. So that's Tessina's turn. I think, does she want to do anything else? I'm going to move Princess Slobberchops up by her.
Mm-hmm. What does Evelyn want to do for her surprise round?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's Tessina's turn.
Oh, I had moved us into initiative order because you asked me to. Do you want to be in initiative order, or is this their surprise round? I got confused because Tessina got first in the initiative order, so I kind of jumped ahead. Okay,
It's your call, DM.
Evelyn is going to. We're gonna go big, I think.
Go big.
With the spell that we haven't gotten to use yet. That is, I think, one of our collective favorites. Where is it? Fireball! Yeah, fireball like all the time. I'm so excited.
Baby, are
Okay,
you gonna
20
fireball in the middle of them?
feet. Yeah, that's my plan. Oh, oops, I accidentally rolled it in the wrong place. How do I... There. Okay. So, yeah, I can put it in the middle and they'll be within 20 feet of all of them, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so they need to make a dexterity saving throw. 1, 2, 3. What a jerk. The first one totally saved. Okay, so dude number 1 takes 12 points of damage. Everybody else takes 24. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
I'm really happy that we had this bonus round. We should do that all the time.
Gareth
so
is
funny.
super sneaky, so we should often get surprise rounds.
Yeah, for sure. It's like a party of rogues, just different. Okay, in initiative order.
Yay.
And then it starts, rah! Kind of like the guys in The Mummy that scream that can distend their jaws. But it's Tessina's turn to go first. Is this okay? Does this combat make sense?
Yes, I think so. So...
Oops, I forgot to move. We're going to move forward just a little.
So Tessina is going to take a few steps forward, and her eyes roll on the back of her head, and she like starts and just like kind of moving her fingers in creepy ways, and then the ground around the 3 minotaurs opens up a little bit, and just like black tendrils of the dead spirits kind of come reaching up, and she casts Hunger of Hadar.
Ooh, what does that do?
So it's concentration and a 20-foot sphere around them. So let's make a little sphere.
20-foot radius sphere?
Uh-huh.
Cool. So they need to make dexterity saving throws?
So yes. The 20-foot radius sphere, this void is filled with cacophony, no light. The void creates warp. Any creature that starts its turn takes 2d6 cold damage. So they'll start taking their damage on their turn.
Wait, what about their dexterity saving throws?
And any creature that ends its turn in the area must succeed on a dexterity saving throw.
So they don't need to do anything right now?
Correct. So at the start and end of their turns.
Okay. Okay. If they don't move.
Correct. Well, the start, definitely. They're going to take some cold damage. And then if they end their turn, then...
Cool. Okay. Hopefully there's more enough to move.
No, hopefully not.
Cool. Does Tessina want to do anything else?
I think she's mostly concentrating on that. So that's her turn.
Okay. Cool. And then we'll remember that she's concentrating. Gareth, it's your turn. I'm going to see if I can put a thing on her while you do your turn.
Okay. Let's see. Gareth is going to move 30 feet up. and he's going to try something crazy. He's going
Cool.
to yell at. He's going to yell at this one in the back,
Mm-hmm.
and he's going to say. He's going to say. Halt! And cast command. And so the thing needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Five.
He fails. And so his next turn, this guy is going to just stand there and end his turn.
Okay. So what happens when he takes damage?
It doesn't say that it's disrupted with damage, I don't think.
Okay, sorry. I don't want to. I'm trying to read the whole thing right now.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so he's just gonna stay there, and he can redo the save at the end of his turn.
The spell has no effect if the target is undead. Is this a super undead skeleton minotaur?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Why don't you just pick something else? You guys would know that.
Okay.
You're still new to being a cleric. I always went for a little bit, but I don't remember it very well. Just pick a different spell.
Okay, thanks, honey.
Please.
You're so nice. Okay, instead, I'm gonna do something awesome.
Okay.
And he's going to I'm sorry, there's so many cool things I can do.
It's okay. Okay, go ahead and pick one though, and you can do the next cool thing on your next turn.
I have to do them all right now. Okay, so Gareth is going to take his action to move another 30 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He wants to be on the edge, but not in the area.
Good.
So he's going to try to be proccing this guy. And he's going to extra do it by casting Spiritual Weapon.
Spiritual Weapon. He wants to do what?
He wants to antagonize or get aggro from this guy.
Okay.
He's going to be like, hey, you're big and dumb and ugly.
Okay.
And then so his hammer is going to show up.
A 7, unfortunately, does not hit the Minotaur.
Okay. That's Gareth's turn.
What was your action?
To dash.
Cool. The Minotaurs, the one that... Oh, so sorry. It's one of the Minotaur's turns. He takes 2d6 cold damage.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes, when I cast it, it rolled 8.
Okay. So he takes 8 points of cold damage at the beginning of his turn. And then he gets to take his turn now.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So he's going to move 5, 10...
Oh, he can't move, honey.
Why not?
Oh, the command worked, but then it didn't work. Dang it. You're right. Sorry.
Okay. 5, 10, 15. He crashes into you, Gareth. Okay, so I need you to make a strength saving throw.
I'm good at those.
Sorry. In a second. Let me see if this first attack. It didn't get us to hit you first. There's a 25 hit.
Just barely.
Okay.
Oh my god, I'm good at those. I rolled a 5.
Okay, so Gareth, you take... give me 1 second. Okay. So you take 12 points of piercing damage from the gore attack. And an additional 6 points of damage as you go flying backwards. 10 feet away and are knocked prone.
Dang.
Yeah.
So I'm here.
Mm-hmm. As you go flying backwards, the Minotaur that you were intimidating is going to make a great attack against you. So, boom, swings. But unfortunately for him, a 14 does not hit your AC. So you kind of stuck just underneath it.
I'm a half-orc
I did
missile.
make a funny noise. I'm so sorry. Caroline, it's like, why are you being so weird? Alrighty. So I think that was... Oh, he's going to keep going. Can he do that after he attacks you? 15. He wants to get out of these weird things. I decided he can. Alright, it is Evelyn's turn. She
Gareth
is
like
going
surged
to
up here and just
ethically...
getting rocked.
I was a little worried about your plan. Okay, Evelyn is going to do something really cool on her turn too. So we have this new spell that I haven't done before. Summon Face Spirit. I think it's kind of like Conjure Animals. But you can make a Deceitful, Furious, or your Joyful Spirit. So it can have Magical Darkness, or Charm something, and it can attack, and they have like swords and everything. Okay, it's maybe not quite as cool as Conjure Animals, but I'm really excited to find a cool use for it later. Evelyn is going to, I think, conjure a Moonbeam, if that works for everybody. And they are 40 feet high, 5 foot radius. So she's just going to stick it on one of the Minotaurs. I think this first one. And center the Moonbeam on him. Does that seem like a good idea?
Yeah, would she be able... I don't want to, like, tell her what to do with her turn, but is Moonbeam something that you can put if they're within one space of each other, like these two Minotaurs? Could it get two, or it can only do one?
You're right, she could get two. 5 foot radius ones are always so hard for me, because I'm like, does it just go in the middle? Yeah, so she can put it...
5 foot radius, right? Like...
Yeah. Will you help me with one of the circles?
Yes. Here we go.
Thank you.
Circle time. I'm gonna make a moon circle. It's like a nice...
I need to go a little bit softer. Is that just me? Maybe I can just turn the music down and turn up a little bit. Oh man, I messed up the music.
Wait, am I too soft, or...?
Wait, that's better. I lost the music.
I still have the music.
I accidentally got rid of... No, I have it. I just... My little options bar, I don't know where it went. It went to the side, and then I closed it, and now it's just... It left me. Okay. So, thank you. On their turns, they are going to make a Constitution saving throw.
Real quick, do I need to make a con save for Gareth getting clobbered? To keep his spiritual weapon?
Spiritual weapon isn't concentration.
Oh, I love that. Cool.
You can double check for me, but I'm almost positive that it's not concentration. Cool. So that is Evelyn's turn. I think she's going to... Let's see. You're within 60 feet of her, so she's going to kind of stay where she is, but she's going to kind of run around to this side, I think, a little bit. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 30. Minotaur, this one in the back, takes his cold damage.
8
You
points
said
of
that's
cold
8
damage.
points.
Yeah.
He is going to come after Tessina, I think.
Does he roll his constitution?
5, 10,
oh, it's the
15,
other one.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 5, 10, 15, 20. He's going to close with Tessina. Ah! This is action reaction. The next Minotaur. Sorry, I didn't mean for their turn to take so long.
It's okay.
Rolls his Constitution saving throw. Succeeds. What a jerk. So he takes only 8 points of radiant damage. And it's Tessina's turn.
Goodness gracious. Okay. So much has happened. Yeah, as this thing is coming barreling up, she's going to be like,
No, 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 no.
so she is going to do something awesome.
Okay.
She's going to use a bonus action to turn incorporeal.
Ooh. And what happens?
So she turns into a ghost. She can't be grappled or restrained, and she can move through creatures and objects as if they were difficult terrain.
Cool.
So she's gonna move with her bonus action.
Just through the Minotaur because she can.
I was thinking about it, but I don't think so, actually. I think instead she's gonna go... Maybe...
Her being incorporeal is going to mean that he can't make attacks against her or anything. Is that right?
She has resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical. I mean, so the way I'm reading it, I think that it still could take an attack of opportunity.
Does it have disadvantage?
Nope. So the tattoo is a bonus action. You can expend a charge. You become incorporeal. You have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. You can't be grappled, and I can move through objects or people. So she's gonna... Maybe that's a stupid idea.
Yeah.
I'm so bad at D&D all of a sudden.
You're just overthinking it. Do you want to pause on her turn and do Gareth's turn and come back?
No, we got this.
Okay.
This one has... Okay, so which one has been they've both taken some kind of damage, right?
Everybody's taken damage. Let's see, the one in front of her... The one in front of her looks the best of all of them, but he almost looks rough, and the other two do look rough. So that's good.
Yeah.
I think he's within a couple points of looking rough, so functionally.
You know what? She is going to bonus action and run over here. And as she kind of dives past Ghostly style, she's going to finger guns him.
Okay. He can still make his attack of opportunity?
Correct.
Okay. Does an 11 hit?
An 11 will miss. So yeah, she dives over his swinging axe and she turns around and finger gun. 26 to hit for 14 points of damage.
That hits. Wonderful.
And 14 to hit for 9 points of damage.
He gives, he bellers in pain as she almost kills him. So he's missing one whole side of his ribs, and you bent one of his antlers. What are
I think horns, probably.
horns? He's missing part of one of his horns. He's super embarrassed.
Nice.
Is it the end of Tessina's turn?
It is.
Okay, Gareth, your turn.
Gareth is going to valiantly stand up.
Nice. Half your movement.
So we're going to get rid of this little marker.
Good job, Gareth.
Thank you. And he is going to... Okay, so he is going to kind of like as he's chocolates everywhere somehow. What has happened? So he's gonna
Chocolate everywhere?
I think so. So he's gonna stand up and he is going to raise his hammer to Vulcan, and he's going to say, "Begone, you foul beast, from this holy place!" And he's gonna kind of do a Vulcan salute and use his channel divinity to turn undead.
Wow. So what does that do to them?
So all three of anything that's undead within 30 feet of him needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. So we have a 1 and a 6.
That's not gonna cut it. What'd the other one roll?
He's not within 30 feet of you, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
He rolled a 14.
Ah, he saves.
He's feeling very powerful, even though his horn is chipped. So now what happens?
So they are frightened.
Okay.
Let's see. So they're turned. It is turned for 1 minute or until it takes any damage. A turned creature must spend its turns trying to move as far away from you as it can. And it can't willingly move to a space within 30 feet of you. It also can't take reactions. For its action, it can use only the dash action or try to escape from an effect that prevents it from moving. If there's nowhere to move, the creature can use
Until
the
it takes
dodge
damage.
action. Until it takes damage. Oh no, we have these area of effect things. Damn it.
Yeah.
I'm so bad at clericking.
You're going to figure it out.
This is good. This is good.
Does Gareth want to do anything else on his turn?
Ah! So he's feeling very good.
Do you want to make a roll with your spiritual weapon?
To immediately attack the thing that I just turned. Yeah, I think we're just gonna roll with it.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It feels so silly.
It's totally worth it to see their frightened faces.
Because they suck. Spiritual weapon. Let's see. How do I get it? Oh, 8 plus my spellcasting modifier. Oh gosh. Wait, no, that's the damage. Freaking heck. I'm gonna learn how to do this one day. 20 to hit.
20 hits. How much damage?
Well, first I rolled an 8, and then it would be +2, but now with the roll that I meant to roll, it's 4, so it's up to you. I want the 8, but it would be totally within your right to give me the 4.
I'm going to give you 8 since you accidentally wasted your channel divinity for the day.
I've got one more.
Oh, yes?
Yeah.
So, the Minotaur is at the end of your turn now.
I don't know. I'm also going to... Gareth is going to move in between these two and be like, "That's right, chumps."
So the other Minotaur, so the next Minotaur, when it's his turn, fails his save, so he takes 2d10. He takes 16 points of damage from the moonbeam.
That's this one that's out of
So
the
he's not looking so good.
tentacles.
Yes, that's out of the blob. So Gareth, he is going to turn to you and is going to slash at you with his. Actually, he is going to move up here and flank you, so you can roll with advantage to try to obliterate you before you obliterate him first.
So because he took damage, he's not running away from me. Yeah, okay.
I'm sorry. Does an 8 or 9 hit?
Neither of those hit.
Okay. So that's his turn. It's Evelyn's turn. I'm sorry, I feel like this is like, I wanted to move faster and it
I'm having
seems like
fun.
it's so pokey. Evelyn is going to come to your aid because this seems to be a
I've
somewhat
totally got
ridiculous-
this.
Do you need are you hurt?
I mean, I'm hurt, but I'm not
How are you
like
doing
hurt.
health-wise?
I'm
You need a healing word.
well over half. I got a 47 out of 65.
In that case, Evelyn is going to use my new favorite spell, Primal Savagery. Close with this Minotaur up here. We'll just see how it goes. 18. Awesome. I didn't roll damage.
Yeah, that's
It
weird.
doesn't need to. I hit the wrong button. Oh, what a bummer. I rolled 17 points of damage in D&D Beyond, but I only rolled 9 points of damage in Roll20.
I won't be mad if you take the 17.
Okay, yeah, we're going to kill him.
I trust you.
Yay! Evelyn. And just obliterates this Minotaur the rest of the way. Yay!
Cool.
This guy needs to roll his con saving throw. Oops. 18, so he only takes half of... What did we roll before? 16, so he only takes 8 points of damage. You guys are chipping away at them. Oh, and he takes Tessina's damage too. Poor buddy. He hasn't moved very far at all. I think I might have accidentally skipped him before because he's in the same spot he's been. He's gonna move. No, he's gonna stay first and attack you. Oh my gosh. Does a 9 hit?
Nope.
He's embarrassed and he's gonna run up on the stairs.
He's going to provoke an attack of opportunity.
Oh my gosh. Oh, he provoked an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, he does. All right.
He wants to get away from all these spell effects and your spiritual weapon.
That's why we put them all there. We wanted to trap him in. Here it comes. Attack of opportunity. 21 to hit for...
That hit.
this will actually be 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
When he had 7 HP left. So, Gareth, how would you like to kill this Minotaur? Walk me through it. What happened?
He takes off running, and I think that Gareth is like as the Minotaur begins like running away, Gareth is just gonna like use his hammer and just like I'm imagining his foot hoof kind of situation, like press to go forward,
Okay.
and he's just gonna like drive it into the ground.
Ooh.
And then I think it like falls apart as it runs, like the momentum.
Awesome. Love it. So, Tessina, your turn. Do you want to finish this guy off?
Did Evelyn move her moonbeam?
Poor baby Minotaur. Let's see. Did I use my bonus action? In that case, yeah, Evelyn will move her moonbeam. So he can make a con saving throw. He saves, so he only takes 8 points. So he only takes 4 points of damage. Sorry, I rolled really bad. Xena, here we go! Ba, 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 ba.
She's going to Eldritch Blast. Finger guns. 21 for 10 points and 18 for 13 points of force damage.
That'll do it. So, Tessina, what does it look like when you obliterate this Minotaur skeleton?
I think that it like after Gareth is clobbered this other one, he's like turning around to see this other Minotaur with a huge axe like standing over him, and then there's just like a shudder as her pink black sparkly rays come out the back, like from the back of its head through the front, and it just collapses.
There's the holes in its eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, cool! Yay!
She's over there.
Okay.
So
Um,
yeah. Goodness
So now
gracious.
now that you are out of initiative order and can get a close look at the chapel, you see that the city's descent into the negative planes has taken its toll on this once beautiful chapel. Nearly all the stained glass windows along the outside walls have been smashed, and the main doors hang open. No sign of any other creatures in or around the building can be seen. So really quickly, there are the main doors that are closed. There are a bunch of broken stained glass windows that you could step through. And Gareth, you know there's a back door around the opposite side. You're looking at a door. The stained glass window's further down. Oh, sorry, you guys are looking at a window. The main entrance is a bit further down the Walk of Bravery from you.
Oh, so this is the main entrance?
Yes, sorry, I thought those were windows, but I think that's the main entrance.
And then this
Wait.
is, what, like a side door?
Maybe you're in front of the main door. That makes more sense. Those are the windows. Most of them are broken.
To the windows. Gareth is gonna, if the main doors are open, he's gonna go in and
They're
see.
closed.
Oh, he's gonna open them.
You can force the doors open.
Yeah, we force the doors open, and Gareth is gonna say, Patrick!
I wanted to change the music, but the little thingy, I lost it somewhere. You know how you can make it disappear? I made it disappear all the way.
So you don't have it on the top of the chat window? Like with the little music note?
It's there, but there's nothing there. I accidentally popped it out into its own window, and I closed that window, and it left. It got mad at me and just left altogether.
Bye!
Okay, so you walk through. I'm sorry. So along the wall where you're standing, right before you step through, there are carved pillars resembling heroes of beacons past, decorating the white marble patio leading into the main chapel. Oh, I was wrong. The dark mahogany doors are ajar, and the remains of the patio's windows have spread shattered stained glass everywhere. So you go inside and yell for Patrick?
Yep. We're just on the path.
Okay. On the path, Evelyn and Tessina are kind of jogging to catch up with you. Briefly, the once beautiful main area of the chapel is littered with broken furnishings and splintered chairs. The stained glass windows have all been smashed, though one remains mostly intact where it's fallen whole to the floor. It depicts a representation of the Titan Ilona placing a golden helm on the head of a man kneeling before her. Out of the shadows step four minotaur skeletons clutching bloody great axes. We're going to pause there really fast because we're going to go right back into initiative when we start back.
Okay.
Next week. But before then, I wanted you to have a sense of what's going on in the chapel. So, will you roll a history or religion check?
Yes. Oh, goodness. More minotaurs.
I wonder why there are so many here. That might be important.
15 for my history check.
You missed my dramatic wink.
Oh, no, I got it.
Good. Oh my gosh, now I've lost the chat.
I rolled 15 for my history check.
Thank you. Okay.
You're so funny. Where are you putting all these things?
I've just disabled them, it seems. Okay. The window lying mostly hole in the floor is cracked and has been trodden on, but the scene it shows is still recognizable. So, Gareth, you see spread along the floor, still glimmering slightly with light, the scene of, I'm sorry, not Ilona, I meant to say Vulcan.
Ooh.
A Vulcan, god of the forge, placing a golden helm on the head of Lanish Fogel, his first ever mortal servant, priest, server, worshiper. Paladin.
Cool. Will you run that name by me one more time?
Yes, Lanish Fogel. And the helm pictured is part of the reason why our lovely acolyte friend told us, Feria said that was part of what the Raven was hoping to acquire, the cemetery. That's part of why they came here.
Oh, okay. Cool, I want that.
Bum, bum, bum.
Okay, and so as I walked in and I was like, hey, where's Patrick? 4 Minotaurs showed up.
Yes.
Okay. Are they coming from inside the thing or from around the corners or?
I can show you them. And then we're going to pause there
Yeah.
this week.
I just wanted to be thinking about Gareth's next
Yeah, let me...
move.
I can show you where they are. So they are to the south of you, functionally. So this is a kind of wide chapel. Most of it has been destroyed. And so, but you see the 4 Minotaurs kind of taking up space in the chapel, standing over destroyed spaces.
Cool. I think Gareth would like kick in the door and like see that and, you know, yell out Patrick and then see these guys and then he's gonna just immediately go after them when we start again.
Awesome. Okay.
He's feeling
That
very
sounds so cool.
He's feeling very Doom guy about it.
What does that mean?
It's a video game reference, honey.
Sorry.
It's okay. He's just like,
I'm going to play that one.
yeah, he's just on the warpath.
Okay, good. You're going to find Patrick maybe soon. Maybe
I hope
not.
So
Awesome. So, wonderful patrons, wonderful friends in chat, wonderful viewers at some sort of time in the future. Thank you for joining us. We super appreciate it. We had so much fun tonight. Sorry for the weird technical difficulties and disappearances
Isn't that part of the
of
charm?
things. I hope so.
I hope so too.
But especially to our patrons and to our viewers, thank you guys so much for your support. It's especially those of you who are joining us live. It's really, really fun to know that we're not just, you know, we're, I don't know, 20 feet away from each other. And so that can feel kind of silly sometimes, but it's really cool that you guys are here with us. And for those of you, again, who are here with us in the future, we know that you're here right now in spirit in a way. So thank you for joining us. It's so much fun. And we'll see you all next week for more Tales of Eldura.
Yes. Thank you all.